Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about anti-aging. I'm going to talk about how to look better, how to feel better, how to live longer, and basically have unbelievable amounts of confidence because you're just the best that you can be. So let's get started. Okay, so everything on my website is totally different than what you're going to hear on other YouTube videos. You're going to hear in other YouTube videos to use this certain kind of cream, to use this light treatment on your face, lasers, maybe to get more sleep at night, products for your hair, maybe ways to eat a certain diet that's going to change things, make you just 10 years younger, work out, build some muscle, lean out, get lower body fat. This video is going to look at things that are not obvious and not talked about because a lot of these influencers, these other people on social media, doctors even, they don't know what I know. I'm going to share with you what I know. I'm going to share with you some amazing stuff that you didn't realize that's going to change everything for you. Step one. Get the list that's free and check out the list of possible things that could be wearing you down, making you look old, making you die early, making you stressed out, aging your face, aging your body, ruining you. There's a list of about 40 different things you're going to want to check, and it's free. And I'll put a link down in this video about how to get that. The second thing is you're going to want to learn some basic muscle response testing. If you don't know how to test what's wrong with you or what your body needs, you're guessing. You're just winging it. You're basically relying on the advice of other people that don't know you. They don't know your life. They don't know your circumstances. They don't know your body. They don't know you at all. They're giving you advice that probably works for them, or works for a handful of people, or is general knowledge, which most people would say, oh, I already know that. But I'm going to tell you right now, everybody's different, everybody's unique. You cannot give advice. You cannot tell people this is going to make you look, feel, and be younger. It isn't quite that simple. There's 25 different body types, first of all, and there's 4 different operating systems that have been found. And these technologies are 20 and 30 years old, but why is it nobody knows about them? Well, I'm here to tell you about them. I'm here to share this information so that you can use it to look, feel, and be younger. Okay, so what is this 25 body types thing? If you don't know your body type, you cannot guess on your diet. You're guessing. You've got to find out your body type because there is a food profile that has been tested for 20 years. And for the most part, it's extremely accurate based on a person being healthy. If you're not healthy and you have food allergies, some of the things on the list for you may be agitating for your gut. But there's a remedy for that. It's called allergy correction, which we talk about in other videos. Learn your body type. Eat for your body type. Otherwise, you're putting stress on your body that shouldn't be there and you're aging your body. If your body type is not designed to have a certain thing, yet you put it into your diet 2 and 3 times a week because Joe Blow influencer on YouTube, who's a doctor, has told you to, you're probably hurting yourself because I'm not here to tell you what to eat and what to do. I'm telling you now, it's up to you to learn what your genetics is. The 25 body type system is a miracle. It's such a profound discovery. It is a gift from heaven. That's what I think. The second thing is learn your operating system. Find out what your operating system is. There's 4 operating systems, and the Chinese knew this 7,000 years ago, and it was rediscovered about, I don't know, 30, 40 years back. by Dr. Larry Gertler, and he and a researcher, a publicist, wrote down 36 pages of notes. I have those notes, and soon I will be releasing them to the public. They're kind of rough, and I have to, they're written and they're hand drawn. I've got to go in and put them into a more straight profile, into maybe a PDF format, but I'm going to make that available. Every operating system has a strength and a challenge. It has a energy that is predictable, has a certain time of the day that it has the most amount of energy. It has a career profile that usually fits for it. It has a structure that the face is designed with, including a certain shape of the face. And it has an introvert or extrovert quality. And it has a huge amount of information around how the person learns, how the person communicates, and how a person interprets the world. And once you know that, you can basically really get solutions to applying that to your life, because the more information you have that remedies the stress in your life by solving that stress, the less you're going to age. Okay, so number 3, resolve your trauma. Trauma resolution, trauma correction, trauma elimination, emotional repair, however you want to call it. You can call it self-healing or energetic repair. That's been around for 30 and 40 years. I'll tell you right now, people have solved this decades ago, and no matter how deep your emotional states are, whether you just lost somebody in your family, your house burned down, somebody abused you for years, you had terrible parents, you had a terrible ex, you were in some of a major crisis, you got out of a war, you were a soldier. All of that stuff can be resolved. PTSD is resolved. Anxiety is resolved. Phobia is resolved. Negative programs, family projects, injury recall, all of it's been resolved. It's been discovered for decades, and I've seen it work on hundreds, maybe 1,000 people for 20 years. The doctors that have taught me are all diplomates. Most of them are diplomates, meaning that they're at a higher education than doctor. They've been put through a special course to learn applied kinesiology, to apply that into resolving things at an energetic level. Because at the energy level, you resolve the physical and chemical level. Also, you get rid of all these imbalances in the physical body, going to the energetic state. In other words, what has been done with things like homeopathics, Reiki, emotional repair work, meridian work, EFT, NET, all these different techniques that are 10 and 20 and 30 years old and even older, they all work really well. And if you combine them, it's very quick and easy. Within 20, 30 seconds, people can actually resolve major traumas and emotional problems without drugs, without talk therapy, without a coach that's going to whip you into shape and make you disciplined to go work out and call you every morning and say, are you eating the right diet? Because you yourself have negative sabotage programs. Here's a good idea. Get rid of the sabotage programs so you don't have to blow $2,000 and $3,000 on a coach whipping you into shape. How about that? Most people don't consider, why don't I just do that? Why don't I just get rid of my negative programming, my sabotage programming, my addictions? Because people have addictions. Addictions are just coping mechanisms to get rid of pain. People have pain, they want to cope, and so they drink, they smoke, they overshop, they overeat, they get into gambling, they get into reckless behavior, they get into sex addictions, porn addictions, they get into sugar addictions, drug addictions, you name it, people are coping everywhere when they should just go and apply some of these amazing techniques that eliminate the trauma and reduce the aging process. Yeah, it's really that simple. People don't realize it though. Everybody's stuck in this denial state where they believe that this doesn't work, it's fantasy, all these things that have been applied in, even taught in colleges. The things that I'm showing you how to do, they're taught in a lot of colleges, by the way, to chiropractors. These emotional techniques, these trauma release techniques. The fifth way to get rid of trauma at the physical level is the injury recall repair technique. It's where the ankles are released while you're touching the area that the trauma is residing in. You banged your head, you got in a car accident, you broke your arm, you sprained your knee. There is an injury recall in that area, and it will remain forever unless you know the injury recall technique to get rid of it. Because if you get rid of the injury recall, your nervous system is no longer reactionary to that area, and you're no longer wasting energy that's aging you. Here's the next technique. Allergy elimination. Correcting an allergy. And I'm not talking about pollen, allergy to grass, perfume, dust. People have allergies to those things because a lot of times their gut is messed up because they're eating the wrong food, by the way, or they're really emotionally stressed out, or they're just poisoning themselves with things that are damaging their gut. But if you can get your gut healthy, you can start repairing allergies to vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, salts, chlorides, good things, proteins, things like that are designed to absorb a certain way. And there are things in your your enzyme process called the SNPs. And all those processes have to run right, or you're not going to absorb things properly. You're going to absorb them by half, maybe, or even less. If you have an allergy to a certain mineral, vitamin, or salt, or electrolyte, you're going to age early. You're going to look aged, and you're going to feel aged, and you're going to live a messed up, tired, exhausted, and withered life. Even in your 30s and 40s, you're going to look like this guy who's maybe 40 something years old instead of looking like this guy who's like 40 something years old. The reality is, go and learn these things. It'll change your life. They're not hard to learn. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a therapist. You can pick these things up in moments. Here's the last thing. Static pulse light therapy using spectrum colors from noble gases. Noble gases such as helium, oxygen, krypton, hydrogen. All these gases that are kind of like element systems that are in space, they have been put into tubes. They've been put into spectrum tubes. And when they are charged with electricity at a very specific pulse rate that the body can handle, these light frequencies can go in and basically anti-age people. You use the right protocol using the affirmation correction technique, ACT is what we call it, and you can anti-age yourself. You can take away 5, 10, 20 years out of your systems and rebuild your telomerase. Telomerase is the little cap that's on the top of your DNA. That is like your copy machine. How does a copy machine work? You put a copy in there and you make a copy. It looks pretty good, but not as good as the original. If you take that copy and you make another copy, it's going to be even more blurred. You're going to have the second copy and it's going to look substantially worse than the original. You take that second copy and you make a copy of that, you have a third copy that's really pretty blurry and kind of distorted, and it looks way more degraded than the original copy. What happens after 4, 6, 8, 10 copies, it becomes pretty unreadable. That's what's happening with the human body. Every 7 years, your cells regenerate and completely build a whole new body. So if your telomerase caps are not at the optimum levels, the ability to regenerate and recreate the exact same cell in its exact beauty is going to degrade. And what you want is your beauty. You want your hair and your skin and your organs and your nervous system and your digestion and your blood and all of these systems to work at the absolute levels. And if you're making copies, we're all going to age. You can't get away from it. All you can do is slow it down or prevent yourself from damaging your ability to make that copy the best it can. And you can use these techniques, which all of them are on my website, in simple 5-minute videos that teach people. I even put them on Etsy.com. I'm going to start putting them all on Etsy. That way you can just buy the exact one you want for like, less than $100. You can go to specifically the one you want. Or you can just get the whole thing. And the whole course, I'm going to put everything I have all into there. And it's going to teach everybody that pretty much everything I've discovered in 20 years as a scientist. My background is a scientist, and I've been studying with Dr. Larry Gertler, who is a diplomate, Dr. Carolyn Mine, who is a diplomate, with Dr. Richard Fox, who is an MD, and numerous other doctors, Leslie Hewitt and a few other doctors, who, I'll tell you, have done so much research outside of just the standard information that a college teaches. Be aware that a college teaches you, it's like getting your black belt. Have you ever taken a karate class? Getting your black belt is kind of like the first stage of learning how to protect yourself. You don't really know how to protect yourself even after years of going through karate class until you get your black belt. Then you start learning how to defend yourself. It's kind of funny. It's kind of like college. You go through college and you get your diploma, and that's when you have the clarity and the understanding to do the research to discover the things that I'm sharing with you in this video. Most of these doctors, Larry and Carolyn and Richard and Leslie, they have discovered profound things, and they've shared them with me, and they have taught me, and I've gone through internships with them. I've been certified by them. I can tell you now, I have seen miracles, and I want to share this with you with anti-aging. I hope this video gave you some perspective that you have to do things that are designed for you, not with the masses. You cannot take information from the masses and say that it works for everybody, because we're all different. You have to look at things to work for you, and you have to become Sherlock Holmes and to learn basic muscle response testing. Test a muscle. It's talked about in countless books. It's a way of just talking to your subconscious. It's a way of talking to your cells, your innate intelligence, and getting answers from your nervous system, because your nerves are connected to everything. Every part of your body that you touch, you feel that because your nerve is there. And all your nerves run your organs and glands, which are where the emotions are. And your nerves run your spine and into your mind, where all your feelings, thoughts, and memories are, including your subconscious. And your nervous system is electrical. And so is energy. Energy is electrical. So everything that we do is introduced through energy, magnetics, tapping of the nerves, static pulse energy, light systems. Even homeopathic is a form of energy. Anyway, this video is a bit long. I hope it really helped you. I'm going to be making other videos soon. If you have any comments that you want to put in the comments below, ask me some questions. Let me know specifically what I can make a video about next time. Please like this video, subscribe to it, share with other people, and I'll see you again at the next one.